I'm so embarrassed to talk about stuff when it comes to sex. Well, hi, I'm Rachel, and I've been an intimacy coach for 10 years. That's inspired me to do this extended series where we talk about ways to incorporate pleasure into your everyday life for yourself, but also within a relationship, if you're interested in doing that. In this month, our series has been really focusing on literal things that bother my coaching clients. So actual things that I've been coaching for the better part of a decade when it comes to one-on-one sessions with my clients. This thing here, I'm too embarrassed to talk about sex. Oof, can you relate? Drop it in the comments, right? Very, very common that we are too embarrassed to talk about sex. And understanding how we got there is usually something that I really help frees people, okay? Who talked to you about sex? Did you have a really great parent, a really great teacher, a really great pastor, somebody of influence who was sitting you down at an incredibly early age and discussing the intricacies of intimacy? I did not have that. I had parents who were married, didn't really like each other, and then they got divorced, but they should have gotten divorced way earlier than they did, okay? So the reason I'm sharing that with you is because the model I had of marriage and intimacy was shitty. It was, without a doubt, the reason why I was very unsuccessful in all my relationships, because I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to ask for what I wanted. I didn't know how to behave. I didn't even know much about sex, intimacy, and bonding. I just knew that it happened, and I knew that it was like a part of the system, okay? So when we are embarrassed to talk about sex, it's just because we were never given the fortitude of being able to discuss it. And it's ironic to Rachel because it is the only way we get here. Is sperm to embryo, right? It is how we get here. And the most traditional way is penis to vagina penetration, right? So if we can't talk about sex and strip the tabooness out of it, what are we really saying about how we get here? What are we really saying about one of the most monumental things that happens in in life experience, right? It's something that we should be able to talk about, just as if we were talking about making plans to go to dinner, in my opinion. So when we become more brave, when we become more confident, that's when we, of course, can then start talking to our partners about what we like. But if you're not to a place where you can set your partner down and say, listen, I'm really looking for you to lick my butthole, scratch my back, and slap my ass, right? If you can't do that, but maybe you can find ways to incorporate it. Here's some suggestions. Do it through text. It's less intimidating than doing it person-to-person eye contact, right? But maybe you can't even here's what I like. Don't do that. How about the next time that you have sex with your partner or an intimate interaction with your partner, the next day you're like, man, yesterday was really sexy and I enjoyed it so much. Here are the top 3 things that I really enjoyed that you did. So not only can you focus on the things that you really enjoyed, you're basically asking your partner to do them again. Now you're also focusing on your pleasure and understanding what it is that you like. Oh, baby steps, right? So we can get there because you deserve to. So I really hope that this was helpful and planted some seeds about how you can take back your pleasure and then really embrace it. Slide into my DMs if you have any questions, because I actually like that kind of thing, okay? And stay tuned because we have more to come. But I appreciate you being here as always. So stay happy, stay healthy, wash your hands, and have a good day.